Sorry. Look, here's another one. This is a cave that's at Palm Beach near where our boat shed was. He came back one day, he said, come on, we're going to have our Christmas party down here, and we went to this cave. And that's our eldest boy who's in university now. And this cave had this beautiful overhang and all these series of levels in it that you could sit yourself into and put your arms up. He said, look, he said, and we were working on the house at the time. He said, for this house, in under this beautiful roof, we will make a system of furniture that is like that cave, out of mass-produced pieces, and it'll work like this, he said. That's the plan of it at the top, and that's the section of it at the bottom. That's what he made. You've all seen it in the magazines. And you see what a fantastic thing it is to be able to do that without actually imitating nature, but taking the lessons from it. And then, of course, this man turns around and makes this roof in Kuwait. Can you imagine a more beautiful canopy with concrete intention like that? I mean, it is so masterly. And it was all made in pieces. And that's him with a design for a boat that he'd worked out. He thought he'd take a few lessons from his father and make a boat design. And if you look at the boat, it's got a normal sharp bow, and it's got like three tails on the stern. Well, it was absolutely hopeless because it just dragged all the water behind it. And he said, I read something about it, he said, if it doesn't sail, he said, I will sink it to the bottom of Øresund, which is the big bay out from where he lived in Denmark. But it didn't go so well. But he loved his boats, Jørgen did. This is his father. His mother was an incredibly gentle woman. His father was a really fair but very tough man. His daughter Lynn told me the story about the local lake near where they live. Only 2 people in the whole district were allowed by the authorities to have a dinghy on that lake, and he was one of them. And he kept it upturned on the shore. One day he went down there to go for a row, and one of the young sort of Turks in the neighbourhood was out rowing his dinghy. And he got him in, and he picked him up, and he threw him in the water. And the fellow never stole his dinghy again. So he was, but if you were well-meaning, he would give you the world. So he was Utsen's father, and he was a hunter. So he taught Utsen and his brothers about the wind, about the patterns of animal movement. He taught them how to sail, all of these things. So he, I think in his way, gave Utsen the mind of a hunter. I'm sure John Scott would have had that sort of quality to him when he was surrounded by natural things. And, you know, it's something that goes with the job, especially when you're good like Utsen and when you're good like John Scott. Not many people talk enough about that with this man. But this is one of his boats. I thought you'd like to see it, being New Zealanders. Double-ended. Very beautiful boat. And I didn't show other details. It's got no spreaders on it. And if you know anything about boats, that's a radical thing to do. What do I tell you? Like there's a mast that's got cross trees on it that keep it stiff. But he knew where to put the wires, so he didn't need the cross trees. Now I wanted to show you this because these are the body plans of a boat. They're not the drawings at the top that shows you where the bunks are and all that sort of stuff. These are the ones that embody the property of the boat. The heart of the boat is in that form and that shape. And Utsen learnt to do those from his father. No wonder he could control things like the Opera House. I'm puzzled about John Scott. It seems to me that he didn't have the connection to the water. but I might be wrong about that. But I can't see reference to it so far anywhere in his work. Maybe he did, I don't know. But this man is a great architect, like John Scott is a great architect, and I think they would have had a very strong bond together. Thank you very much for your time.